Hello, Chuck here, and we are in Planetbase, picking right up where we left off. And we just, I think, right as I was hitting record, I think a ship just landed and dropped off a couple more people. We're up to 140 now. Now, I mean, you can really take this as far as you want. Like, I've seen some people with colonies of 1,000 or more. And I don't really know if we'll take it that far. But, because there's only so much level terrain you have. And if you keep. The problem is that these buildings where people sleep, they're dead end. You can't continue to chain off of those buildings. So, what we can do is, put other buildings down there and then put a dorm or a cabin kind of chained off of that. So, looking at this trader, we could continue to buy more bots. But yet, if I keep buying stuff without accumulating money, I'm going to be trading food. And I don't really want to do that. I don't want to get rid of the metal. So I think we might just hold off and I didn't want to get rid of the medical plants either because, well, let me do what I've been doing and take the, tops off the buildings so we can see what's in them. Yeah, I mean, I've got these workbenches for making medical supplies, so I don't really want to sell off the medicinal plants. Got 18 of them right now, and we need those to produce medical supplies. So we are gunning for 300 population. I think we're going to do this planet at least until we reach all the milestones, which we've only got 3 left. Now, one of them is the population. So really 2 that we can do anything about is to acquire the techs and to build a monolith. Now, obviously, building that monolith can wait until everything else is really stable. Now you see we just had a little bit of a power shortage there, and it didn't last long. We've got enough of these collectors that, if the other machines are generating enough, they're going to fill the collectors fine. But every now and then we do, either from lack of wind, usually, and we don't get the collectors filled up before dark hits. And that's the key, really. Because right now, if we look at the grid, demand 385, producing 570. Here is the key: is this storage. If we get that power, if we produce more than the demand, then this storage fills up. If we get it close to full, then we get all the way through the night into the next day without running out. And that's really our goal. So, and with that said, I'm still going to continue to put down more, power generating machines. In fact, I think we'll go ahead and build another one right now. Now let's count up what we got. We got 1, 2, 3. That turbine needing repair. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 turbines. And I've got how many solar panels? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't have as many solar panels as I do turbines. So we're going to put another panel down. Or, you know, I keep thinking that when I get the blueprint for that gigantic one, I'll probably go ahead and build that at that time too. Now let's see what we have here. It's a trader. So what has he got? He's got a lot of stuff. We, on the other hand, don't have a lot of stuff to sell. I would like that farm dome patent, but there's no way we could trade, look, 620 worth of stuff to get it. And I'm not going to sell food because our population is increasing. And if anything, we want to get even more food. So let's bump the speed up. And let's decide. We're up to 21 metal. I know I laid down a request for this construction down here. So people got to bring the metal out to build it, and here they come. And maybe that's where we need more robots. I don't know how many of these are robots and how many are people. Look like people carrying that stuff. So the more robots we get, you know, the better off we'll be for that anyway. Now I've got this radio antenna, so I'm thinking we should start getting those messages again about people needing help and coming in for that. So I'm thinking, you know, it's just I know we're going to get these patents for this humongous dome for growing food. On the other hand, I don't know if I should wait until we get that in order to build another to start growing more food. I mean, we're almost 150 people now, and now look, we're having low power storage again. We're not filling up we're not filling these up during the day. So if anything, even more, we have all this room down here that we can take, you know, turbines and panels, quite a few, and probably another collector. Now we just lost a robot. Now, let's see, does this guy have any for sale? He's got a carrier bot. I'm going to go ahead and buy that. All right. So we'd like to, obviously we're only at 147 people. If we're shooting for 300, we're going to need quite a few farm domes. So I'm going to put another one here. Now I think these domes can have how many connections they can have off of them, but so if we need to build more beds, I think we can keep like doing one bed off of. We can string domes all the way out here, and each dome's going to have like at least a couple connecting points. So we'll be able to put some beds off of maybe each one as we go. So I'm not too worried about running out of bed space, but it's just the annoying thing is them being dead ends, or you can't connect anything off the other end of it. So let's see how soon this thing gets built. Just waiting on the bioplastic, and that's something we need to increase production of bioplastic. I don't want to take away any of these metal producing machines though. Now let's got semiconductor and spares. We need that. So I have to build just another dome just for that production. Now let's check the trader. No, he's got driller bots, but I'm not going to spend any of what we have to get a driller bot. So, now what's this? Is this a colonist? Yeah. Alright, yes, we are getting more people. We definitely need to start ramping up production. And we're going to do another processing plant here. Uh-oh. I think that has to connect to that. Okay, well, the processing plant will have another connection going this way. We just always, at this point, I want to really maximize the use of this space up here. Because I don't know if I'll be able to continue over to here or not, if we can get over that rough terrain. Well, okay, I think we can use these base pads. So that's what I was, let me go to one of these areas and see. You know, so if we put that pad, you can see we can, you know, expand out like to here, and then we could probably connect to the pad. So that might be useful for bridging little gaps into other areas, like getting us past, you know, into another spot. So we'll just have to cross that bridge when we come to it. I think that should work, because I believe that's what I did on my previous playthroughs, but it's been years. So we have another trader. You know, it's been a long time since we've had those. Those are constructor bots and drillers, which are quite expensive. I'm going to dismiss that again. Really hoping that our, you know, as we build up the people, well, armed intruder again. Hopefully we deal with that guy quickly. Looks like we did. We took out 2 of them just like that. So I know we've put the bot factory down here. I just can't remember where we put it. Now, I have another biodome. So we're going to grow some more starch. And didn't we get the GMO, yeah, the GM tomato. I'm going to grow a couple of those. And low maintenance for that, but it produces slower. But I think, you know, we can deal with a little slow production. because we're not really in the danger point when it comes to food production yet. But, you know, we got more people coming in. So we're definitely going to want to get ahead of the game a little bit here. So let's do that for now. Leave some room left in that dome for adding to it. And yeah, that's waiting on bioplastic. So now, earlier our main issue was metal production. Now we're lagging a little behind on the bioplastic. It's not as urgent as metal, but still, we're waiting on one for there, and obviously all these are going to take bioplastic. You know, hence the need to obviously get more starch planted as well, because we only got 3 starch. They're going to blow through those pretty quick. You know, but it's looking like the population is increasing faster. And that's where, you know, I'm wanting to get this extra food production laid down quickly. Well, it's about time that thing worked. It actually shot one down for a change. Now, let's go ahead and check the... Oh, we just lost another bot. Okay, we're at decent on the status. So, and it's creeping back up. It's going to hit good again. I need to, you know, check the grid. All right, we're full on power storage, and it's still daylight, so we should be good getting through the night here. Water is good. Oxygen, well, it's still good for now, but I think as we can afford to, we can continue to add to that. We got another trader. He's got medical stuff and money. And I don't really... Yeah, I don't have enough stuff to... I'm not going to part with any food. Alright, we got some of the food stuff planted there. We need to get this processing plant built. So that guy died due to combat wounds. That took a while. That combat was a little while ago. So I feel like, you know, when a few episodes ago we were in crisis management mode, and now we're more like maintenance mode, kind of, where, and maybe we should have been here a lot longer and a lot earlier, and try to keep ahead of things. Now we just don't want this to drop any lower than it is, because at least with it there, we're going to continue to get people coming in, and that's the goal, is to get more people coming in. Now, it's just did. We're up to 157 now. Down to 8 bots, though, and I'd like to get more bots. We got the onion pad built. It's amazing they're putting all the bioplastic into building this, and they're not prioritizing the processing plant, which will get us more bioplastic when it gets built. Trading ship has landed. If he's got some bioplastic, I might just buy some of it. Let's see, I wonder what I could trade for that. Right there. We'll do that trade. Ow, that stinks. We lost 6 people to a 1 meteor strike. And that meteor really, you know, the laser should have caught that. And the laser isn't catching all of them. So maybe we need to build more of those lasers? Can we put another one down? So let's build another one. Because I'd rather not be losing people in large quantities just because of an unlucky meteor strike. And now look, they've got the building repaired. It's back up and running and people are using it like nothing happened. Like, yeah, no big deal. Well, I'm going to check something. I'm not going to actually build it, but... Okay, that thing can have that many connections. You know, this dome here can. Alright, all the food that we requested has been built. So now the next bioplastic should go here. Nope. That's ready to be built now. Alright, that's going there, which is just pending 2 semiconductors. Another trade ship has landed, so... But I'm not gonna buy any of that. We'll just dismiss that. I think... You know, Biodome is low on oxygen. So, check the grid. I mean, oxygen looks like we're ahead of the game there. But we might need to put more down. Alright, let's see if we can go ahead and get some processors down here. And let's do one more. Alright, we get that thing running. That should start getting us ahead of the game on the bioplastic. And what I'd like, and I can't remember where I put it now. Is that pretty bad? I can't even, remember where stuff is. Alright, here we go. I don't think they're building robots down here yet. They just seem to be repairing the ones we have. Alright, these things are getting built, so that's and there's still more ships coming in. Well, constructor bots. I mean, yeah, a lot of this gear would help, but I'm not going to buy it. Now, I'm thinking we're going to see those ships come in if we can get this prestige level up higher and the welfare up higher. Now, our population has increased pretty drastically. I probably need... I'd like to get that. Well, that's just a laser. We can't really connect to that. So we're gonna build. Oh no, I'm debating. I mean, the cabin's got nicer beds, but the dorm, you can fit a lot more beds in there. Just the only thing with a dorm, it is a one-way thing there. We can't attach anything on there, so we have to attach stuff off of the processing plant here. All right, sandstorm detected. So we got enough medicinal plants, we should be making more medical supplies. Now that dome is full of... I probably could fit one more in there if I squeezed it. If I... Now the armed intruders are getting worse now. So we killed 3, but we lost 3 people. Well, that kind of stinks. So what did we get built? The other dorm, but it doesn't have enough oxygen in it yet. There's the sandstorm. And there's that. Let's put some beds in there. Alright, that's about as many beds we can fit in there. We got another laser here. So, you notice all this extra food we built, we haven't really grown in food stock any. So that tells me that that's just taking care of the demand from the extra population. So maybe... Yeah, I'm thinking possibly another lab. And because we keep running short on medical supplies. And now somebody died of combat wounds. So... Alright, we lost a couple more robots. Have another trader. Let's see. Yeah, I just don't want to trade, food for money at this point. So we're going to keep ignoring these guys. Now, what we're trying to get now is these items up higher so we can start getting, you know, well, obviously we want to get the population up, but I think when we get this up higher, then we'll start getting those messages, about visitors. And the visitors pay some decent money. I think we're going to go ahead and fill this dome out with more food. Let's see. Another potato, maybe. I don't know. Okay, we just about filled that dome. So when we get the farm dome, of course we'll build that. That'll go crazy. That thing is waiting on bioplastic. But I just put all this new food here. I think they're going to prioritize the building of food before that thing gets built. So we get that lab going, hopefully produce more medical supplies and quit running out of that. Look at the medicinal plants are just growing like crazy. And we're not, using them up. So we'll buy that carrier bot. Yeah, okay. I don't know if I got enough people to start prioritizing more buildings. Because I really would like to actually produce some robots, and I have put that on a high priority, yet we're not producing robots. Alright, that's all been built. Yeah, run out of spares and out of medical supplies. We gotta fix those two issues. We're generating enough metal, we should be generating enough spares. So, I don't know if I'm possibly gonna need to put down another factory. And start producing more spares. I'm pretty sure I had more machines than just these two. Let's see. Alright, laser did its job, so hopefully we got lasers on each side of the place now. We should start knocking those things down. Alright, down here is just metal and bioplastic. More metal and bioplastic. Maybe I do need to get another. Because I've got two spares workshops here. But I don't. All right. So we got these extra bunks built down here. We'll have that lab up and functioning, I think, soon. Nah, it's been a little while since we've had a power. I just say, it's been a while since we've had a power storage issue. No, power storage is low. Just us thinking about coming back down here and looking at it. Daylight just hit. We got a lot of panels going. But yeah, running low on medical. So that's our next goal. I think as soon as we get this built, and it looks like it's about to get built, it's just needing one more, and here it comes. So we're gonna put down workbenches in there, and maybe another food, another meat maker as well. All right, lab has been built and connected. Let's wait for the oxygen to get going in there, and then we're gonna build. All right. That's it for now. Let's check the trader. Oh, we got all sorts of stuff here. I think we're still producing guns, but it's been forever since we've had one pop up down here that we could trade. Now let's check here. It keeps dropping down. I mean, it never ceases to amaze me. We built more structures that should make the people happier. Now let's check the grid though. Water is still good. Oxygen, I think I might, build another, O2 machine. I wonder where I can connect one. It would be nice if I could. Right here. I heard the laser doing its thing. Workbench. We got 3 workbenches down here. Now, as soon as we get people working at them, it's going to help. We're going to start generating a little better, getting the medical supplies built. And the trading ships are coming pretty regularly right now. Like every time I turn around, we got another one. Now 132. I'm really hesitant to do too much food. Alright. Still run out of medical supplies. So I need to get people working these workbenches down here. Well, let's see. Yeah, this keeps dropping again, so that's something we have to address here. And we can keep building, and I think part of that's getting more bots, which will help people's workload. And a lot of that would help if we could get some people actually working in this building that's building them. But for some reason, I put that on priority, and I've never seen that actually produce bots. I don't know if we need to deprioritize other things because our workforce is kind of spread thin. But we've, hit a certain level of stability production-wise. Now we just need to get this up higher and maintain it. So, yeah, part of that, let me check the grid again. I think we're okay on oxygen, okay on water, okay on power for now. So back to, hey, we got somebody working to make medical stuff down here. I'm going to put another bar in. All right. Yeah, let's go ahead and build that. And that'll help their... Yeah, these bots, I don't know if I need to put another bot repair in here. Can I do that? Yeah, let's put another one in there. Because it's getting kind of annoying with the number of bots that keep breaking down. Maybe they only last so long. But I'd really like if we could keep the numbers up there. We're going to have to keep buying bots every time a trader lands. Okay, structures built. Still pending something for the bar. Anyway, we've increasing food production. We got our population up to 157. We've lost a couple bots. We've got more beds built, more food, more industrial buildings going. About to have another... We're going to focus on more of these happiness buildings. And if we can get that back up, which I have no doubt we will, because it seems to be very cyclical. And I think a lot of it right now has to do with our production of medical supplies. So I built these extra workbenches down here to start producing more medical. And I'm debating whether I need to just fill that room with workbenches. Right now we got... Yeah, I think I might... I'm going to put a couple things in the bar. Drinking fountain. Another drinks machine. Another video screen. All right, let's leave that as is. Let's put another workbench. All right. Yeah, it's amazing. They're going to get that thing built quick. So, like I said, production has been fine for a while. And, well, we keep losing these bots. And I'm just going to keep buying more bots until our bot factory dome down here starts producing bots. So that's where we are. We're making that push toward 300. We're over halfway there. People have got enough to eat. I think they got more beds to sleep in. They got another bar to drink in. And we'll give them another exercise dome here in a little bit. We just need to get those medical supplies up. And that's what we're going to focus on the next time around, is trying to crank out that medical. And some of that might have to do with getting more bots to free up people. So we're going to work on that. And for now, we're going to call it a day. So I hope you found this video helpful in any way. If you have, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time around.